Yeah, that's right, we're back with another video, and today I'm pretty excited because I'm here at Gwythian Beach in Cornwall. Now today I thought I'd mix it up and go for a bit of a kite surfing session. I know this is primarily a skateboarding channel, but kite surfing and windsurfing and surfing is where I started out before I learned to skateboard. So I'm itching to get back into it. It's been a good year or two since I've had a go at the kite surfing, so my expectations are pretty low. And hopefully if I manage to get out there and get a bit of riding done, that'll get the stoke going. Now, one of the main advantages of kite surfing is the landing tends to be a little bit softer than concrete for the skateboard. There's still the opportunity for the emotional dismount, but that tends to be a little bit more kiteboarding centric, like landing back on the board or the kite whipping you off and piling you in to a hedge. Now, when I started kite surfing, it was absolutely terrifying. None of the equipment was really made for kite surfing, so it was all pretty dangerous. And I remember the feeling of turning up to the beach and that sort of feeling in my tummy of like, oh no, I know I've made the effort to come here. I'm definitely going to go out, but I really shouldn't. But since then, the kite surfing gear has got a lot better. It's got a lot safer. So fingers crossed, we can get down there and go out and have a pleasant session. Maybe ride a few waves, maybe do a few tricks. Now I've got a couple of kiteboarding boards up my sleeve. My first one is the strapless surfboard, and I ride this just like a tow-in surfboard. And the second one is a wakeboard style kiteboard with a twin tip, and that goes both regular and goofy, and it's possible to get jumping, aerial tricks and various spins and things like that. I'm not sure whether today's going to be the day, but we'll certainly give it a go if there's enough power. Now, the wind is looking a little bit light today, and it's set up in the opposite direction than we usually get at Gwythian. So we've got a northeasterly breeze, which will allow a bit of regular stance wave riding front side, which for me is the golden ticket. I love riding the waves front side, and I am regular stance. Usually this beach sets up the opposite way round, so I'm riding backside in a regular stance, which I don't like as much. So I've jumped on it today because this is a bit of a rarity, and I'm hoping that the wind will funnel through and we can get out there. Now, one sign that there is enough wind is when the tops of the waves start to blow off, and I know that my biggest kite will provide enough power, but it does look a little bit patchy out there. I can see a few gusts. So my biggest kite is a 12-meter kite, and obviously the bigger the kite, the more lift it provides and the more power to drag you through the water. Anyway, enough of my yakking. I can't wait to get down now. I'm going to pump the kite up and then we'll see what's cooking. So the last time I went out was when I tore my hamstring at this very spot, so fingers crossed we'll have a bit more luck today. It's been so long, in fact, that I was trying to remember how to set the kite up. There was a few little bits and bobs that seemed a bit alien, so let's get ready for a launch, see how we get on. I can't remember how to do this. You should just skip down the beach merrily, hopefully not get tangled. You should just be able to hop her on the side. It feels like it's quite a lot of power actually. I have bought my smaller kite, my 9 metre, so if this is too much, I can come and faff about a bit more and get the other one. Now, the thing that we've got going against us today is the wind is a bit gusty, and the kite surfer's biggest enemy is gusty wind because the kite luffs, goes, shoots at the sky, and also suddenly gets loads of power in it. So I'm going to take the classic kiteboard twin tip out first of all, just to see how she feels. Get the feet back in the straps, and then we can try the surfboard when the waves come up a bit. I've selected a low tide just so we've got plenty of beach to work with. It doesn't feel too bad. I think we're definitely going to get going. Oh, that's what we don't want. Away we go, whoa! Quite
just down below me, but I don't think too many people are going to be going swimming today, so should be okay. That is nice. Plenty of power as expected. Turn around. Boosted it up. Oh. Someone go for a back roll. I haven't done one for ages. Here we go. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Well, that's session one in the bag, and it's nice to get back out there. It's a beautiful day. I've come in for a bit of liquid refreshment just to keep things going. And I think I might switch over onto the surfboard now because the tide is coming in and the waves are starting to pick up. That twin tip was a lot of fun. Managed to get a few airs and managed to get that back roll back in the bag. So that was pretty exciting. And the wind is picked up a bit. It's all round a Bobby Dazzler. Now, one thing I don't miss is the kite surfing faff and setup. It took me ages to get ready. Sort of had to remind myself how to put it all together because it's been so long. And it came back to me how long it's been. The last time I was here was the last time I kite surfed, and that was when I tore my hamstring doing the old John Cleese down the wave. And things have switched round. It used to be don't get injured skateboarding so I can still do the water stuff. But now I'm starting to think don't get injured doing the water stuff so it takes me off of the skateboard. Anyway, I'm going to get back out there on the surfboard, see if I can snag a few micro waves.
Oh, I got lucky there. I didn't check my lines before I let her go. And it was all tangled, but I got away with it somehow. What an absolute load of old palaver. Well, there you go. Oh, this was a lot different to how I remember. Oh, some nice waves though. There's one down there. Video, but these are a little bit different than they look. Nice this one. Like the bottom turn.
Okay, managed to just about get back in safely. The tide was racing in and the wind was picking up, and that is the wonderful world of wind-powered water sports. At any time things can change, and that necessitates either the end of the session or a change in gear. Overall, I was amazed by the amount of faffing. wrestling with rubber suits, grappling all the gear down the beach, and then also trying to remember how to set it all up. It's been a good while since I set up a kitesurfer, and I was amazed how much I'd forgotten about all the safety protocols. I managed to get away with blue murder on one of my launch attempts. All the lines were tangled up, and that can end emotionally, especially if there's a little bit more wind. I started out with not enough wind and ended up with too much wind. So by the end, I was really enjoying myself, but it was definitely time to come in. Now, the kite surfing is particularly hard to photograph, and I managed to get my iPhone swept away as the tide came in. Also, my GoPro managed to run out of battery, so I'm not convinced I got any reasonable shots of the action. So I'm not going to be setting up a YouTube kitesurfing channel anytime soon. I think I've become addicted to the lack of faff that is skateboarding, and I now take it for granted that I can just jump out the van with my board and I'm straight into terrifying myself on any sort of ramp action. With the kitesurfing, the playing field is constantly changing. Waves are getting bigger and smaller, the wind is getting lighter and stronger, and the tide is coming in. But with the skateboarding, the playing field is always the same. The only thing that might change is it might rain. But other than that, if I'm indoors, it's always going to be exactly the same conditions. And I think that is really quite advantageous for trying to learn new maneuvers and progressing. There was no way I could progress on the kitesurfer today because it was just always changing. I was just trying to get back to where I was the last time I went out. Anyway, enough of my yakking. If you're a kite surfer that now skateboards, or a skateboarder that fancies giving kitesurfing a go, or any permutation of wind-powered water sports and skateboarding, then leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your story. Also, if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit subscribe. I make new videos pretty much all the time. As ever, my name's been John Bishop, and I'll see you next time.